stream? Yes. All right, so we are looking for Lauren in Florida, 5 years missing. Yesterday I did a fairly thorough, fairly detailed um, investigation, but I had nothing conclusive. There's no actual smoking gun. There's nothing I can actually see. So today I need to look at something completely different to see if we can find a workaround to see the event. The event is what I'm looking for, is why she is missing. I don't care about anything else, but why is she missing, or where she is missing. So that's the goal for today. Why she is missing. So, uh, what was your actual name again?
Carrie.
Okay. So me and Ari are gonna Ari Airy,
Kari. Carrie.
Carrie. I heard Ari. I was like, wow, that's really unusual. So me and Carrie are gonna take a look at this, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull on Carrie's energy to focus in on this person. Um, okay, so um, where do you think we should start today? Pick a spot in your mind that we need to look at. Let's focus on something that would pique your interest, I guess. If you were to take a look at this, focus in on something that would pique your interest, and let me follow you in. You basically set me where you want
Okay.
me to look.
Let's look at the last time that she was at her apartment.
She had so did she have like a single apartment, like just a kitchen and a living room and a bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. And did she have like a couch with the throw pillows, or maybe a big fluffy chair with throw pillows?
I think so, yes.
Okay. I like big fluffy couches with throw pillows. All right.
I have, I think, like 15 pillows on my couch, on my bed, actually.
Yeah, I do too. I like to make big piles and then crawl inside when it's cold, and then I get too hot and then I crawl outside, and yeah, it's like, okay. So we're looking at the couch. We're looking at the apartment, kitchen, living room, bathroom. No, 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 no. Bathroom's not there. Bathroom's here. Bedroom. Neighbors. So 3-story apartment, 4-story.
I believe it's actually one floor.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I just was looking up the address, which is strange, like 5 minutes ago, and I actually screenshotted it.
No, I don't need that.
Okay.
I'm trying to look inside to see if there's any details on the inside that I missed. I had the feeling it was like a 3-story apartment and there was somebody above her or on
We can pin that.
on top. Um, is it a nice area?
Yeah, it is. It's in yeah, it is.
I lived in San Fernando Valley in California. It was not a nice area. I was very worried for my family's welfare. There was a general feel of, you'd be very careful here. The funny
Well, I
thing
mean,
is,
it should be a good area. I mean, it's not known to be like,
right, right. Well, I think it's
that.
the park is the area that is of concern. This doesn't feel. I don't think anything happened here, but I'm not.
Okay.
That's what I'm kind of looking at, is trying to feel. I mean, how do the neighbors feel? The general. I don't feel any unease. I don't feel any
So,
hostility.
so
Nothing.
the last time she was there, you don't feel that.
Yeah, I got nothing. I mean,
Okay. That's a start.
she had I don't know, upset stomach or low tummy issues. Um, she didn't. Her tummy didn't feel real good, and I don't know. Her pelvic region didn't feel good. I don't know if she had cramps or something. Anyways, her. So the last time she was in the kitchen, living room area, her tummy didn't feel good. So okay. Um,
So we can clear that for the moment, unless you want to look around the apartment and see if you see anything around the apartment.
right, and that's what I was trying to look to see, next door neighbors, up above, below, if she was in a three-story. But I don't know why I get this above her feel. Um,
Okay.
but I don't have anything. There's nothing here that jumps out. So across the street, not across the street, across the in line of sight, I guess I should say. There's some there's some younger male. That's trouble. That's trouble. Trouble. Young.
That is that nearby.
Yeah, just within the line of sight, so he can see her coming and going. But
Oh,
he's
okay.
he's he's young. I mean, we're talking high school maybe, and she is a very pretty girl. So
So Lauren would walk to that park
hmm
every day.
hmm
So it's, you know,
yeah, and she's a very pretty girl. So the guy would watch her.
okay.
But I don't think he's just your typical teenage horn dogger. So horn dogger. I'm not gonna say much more about him.
I know what you mean. I know.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
typical male.
All right. Okay. So that was you asked me to look at something. So I said like the last time she was at her apartment. So what do you have in mind next?
Well, how about why don't you take me to where I can smell the food? Take me. I want you to
Okay.
walk over to where the food is. I mean, the smell that I was smelling. So walk over to.
So you would have to walk hold on a second. I'm looking at north, south, east, west. So if you're facing her apartment, it would be north.
Is there like a tree? Is there like a tree near there? Like a real skinny tree or plant of some kind? Or is that a what is that?
There's a tree right next to her apartment. I believe she's apartment one. So right on the left hand side, there's a tree, and behind that, I believe there might be a building or an apartment.
What kind of tree is that? I mean, I can't tell if this is a palm tree or an evergreen tree, but it's kind of an unusual shape. I can see the.
Well, actually, since I took that screenshot, I can pull it up. I don't recall it being a palm tree. Um,
What if it's an evergreen?
it looks it's a like actually. Oh, there is a. Okay, so yeah, maybe I would say evergreen. There's evergreen, and there is one short palm tree. Other than that, it looks like the trees that go up high and then have the top greenery on the top of it.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So if you're facing the apartment, I don't know if there's a. It looks like it's like a very rectangular complex, and it looks like there might be like four units, and she's all her unit looks like it's all the way on the left, and then behind. So she's like a corner, and then all behind her, right directly next to her front door, there's this big bush that looks like a mushroom, and then behind all that there's that one palm tree that's very short, and then behind that is, I don't know if I would consider evergreen, but it's the tall trees that then have like a green bush on the top of it.
Could somebody hide in that area? Could somebody like just kind of chill out in that area and smoke cigarettes?
I mean, yeah,
Would you see them? If I was to walk behind, I don't know, the first tree and sit there and smoke a cigarette, would you see me?
I would assume. I've never been to her apartment, but I think that if she were to look through the window or something, if she was paying attention.
So the
But
tree,
directly behind her, I'm sure you could find a place to hide.
I'm just it's kind of like that area has the feeling that I am going to sit here and I'm going to smoke the cigarette and I'm going to smoke them all here in this area. So I wonder if anybody actually has gone over there and looked at the pile of cigarette butts right there. I mean,
Where where
here
are they?
they're near they're in between there's like a green area near her house. And there's
Yeah.
this tree, this little short palm tree, and it's just like there's just this perfect spot to just sit and chill to smoke a cigarette. And there's piss in there, there's cigarettes in there. Somebody went in there and it just sat there for a while, smoking a cigarette.
Okay.
So
And this is by her apartment.
yeah, it was by her apartment. So now the question is this somebody that's just like a homeless guy passing through, or is this somebody involved with? Is this the perp? Um,
Is this her apartment for sure?
I'm assuming so because it's when I'm here, but see I don't know where this tree is. I'm having a here's okay. Let me find the front door. Here's the front door. So if this is the front door, where is this damn tree?
It would
The
be right where that your left finger index finger is.
right over
A
here.
little bit to the left of it. Yep. I don't know if we're looking at the same tree, but that's
But there's a tree here though, right? So there's a big tree here.
the big tree's behind that little palm tree.
You said you had a picture of her apartment. You want to post it on the Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Let me take a look at it.
Which is that's so interesting that I literally just did that, and I worked like all day, and I just like I finally had a moment, so I just did it. Like I looked it up. All right, let me see. Do I? Oh, okay. I figured it out. Uh, okay. Do I go to files? Oh wait. Sorry, I haven't done this before.
That's okay.
Uh, oh, perfect. I did it. Hooray. Let's see. Yep, I did it. Yay.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
Because you can see the sign in the front, the missing
So
person sign. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Which side is her apartment?
Right where that sign is that says missing.
So truthfully, somebody can sit right there and smoke a cigarette and nobody would see them from the street. She would walk out the door. If she turned to the right, she would actually see someone. But she
You
would,
you you got the picture, right?
yeah, I've got the picture. I'm sitting here looking at
Okay.
it.
Yeah, so that's the short palm tree. That's the bush mushroom looking thing. And then yeah, so that left unit and I mean it has her sign in front of it and that's the address when I googled it. So
Okay. So what I'm looking at is one of the things I'm looking at is a taller. Let's see if I can get it zoomed in here. Yeah, there you go. There's that palm tree right there. Okay, so I was looking at the palm tree. The palm tree's got that scraggly stuff that, and that's the front door. Well, that is a weird ass front door. Oh, okay, so that's kind of a,
I know it took me a minute to figure it out. That's why I think there's 4 units there,
yeah.
right?
But somebody literally could sit in that area and they would never be seen because there's that big round bush right there. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. And it
Um,
would be interesting if they can go and ask for any of the what forensics did, you know? Like I mean, you would think that they would look at bushes and stuff.
yeah, but unless they got a reason to look at the bushes, I don't think they're gonna.
I'm trying to get my screen back normal again. How do I do that?
What is your screen doing?
Well, you're on the top in in a small square and I'm on the bottom.
Double tap. So
Oh, yep, got it.
yeah.
Thank you.
Hmm. Okay. Um,
So
yes.
that's where she lived, and then she would walk to the park and meditate. And so, do you want to?
Wow, I even got the damn room right. That's cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You go ahead and send me what you got. I mean,
Do you want to? Do you want to then? Do should we view her that? So I'm trying to think. The last time that she went to the park that morning, and she was supposed to call her sister that night, and but didn't. So maybe we should just watch her throughout the day. Can we do that or something?
I don't think she
Because
left.
she went.
I just don't
Did
think
she
she
go?
left that park, man.
You don't think she left the apartment?
The park. I don't think she left the park. I think she went to the park and
How
then
did she
left.
get to the park?
I don't know. How far away is the park?
She walks there, so 10-minute walk.
Did she make it to the park? Did she walk to the park, but did she make it?
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Should we see what she did? Maybe can we look at? All right, so you just now viewed the last time she was at her apartment. Can we view the last time she left her apartment?
Okay, so I'm gonna start at her apartment, and she's gonna leave the
Okay.
apartment, and then there's the tree, there's the bush. That's pretty cool. That palm tree fits my description to the T, and it just makes me so happy.
Oh, good.
Um, so I know it sounds crazy, but when she left the apartment, she she had she had somebody uh, pull in behind her. She's going okay. So if I'm looking at that house picture, she would be going to the west, right? Or is it to the east?
Hey, can you read your chat really quick, Jeff? Sorry.
Let me check. Chat on what?
Dad is in,
Oh,
her dad is in the
6
chat.
units. What do you want to know better? Oh, tell him thank you very much, man. 6 units.
I sorry, I was busy sending you the palm tree or the picture and all that stuff. But no, it's good to know that he's here now. So can you pull it up? Like, can you, so do you get notified when chat messages you?
Probably, but if it chimes or beeps or does anything, I'm actually watching
You're
it.
in the moment. So yeah.
Well, I'm watching it on another computer, and I got the headsets on, so I can.
Uh,
Yeah. So
okay.
how's it
Well,
going?
just maybe he's there. So
So are you reading his chats? It's pretty funny. Uh,
no, I didn't read it. I was reading his text.
yeah, he said
Let me see.
there's 6 units. She was in the unit to the far left. I can give you the whole layout. I know the layout inside and outside. Tell him to read my chats.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Do
No.
you want him? Can we send him a link? Can he come on here with me?
Yeah, sure. You bet.
Uh,
You want me to drop him a link real quick?
um, yeah,
Okay.
let's do that. That would be actually perfect because I mean, he knows it. I mean, I know a lot about it, but he knows things. We kind of like bounce off each other, you know,
Yeah.
but he knows everything about this.
Okay. Let's see if I can do this here. So I'm gonna invite. Let me send him an invite. How do I send him an invite?
So he has Discord. Maybe if you could just drop your Discord link and then send him the link
Yeah,
there.
I can do that. So let me do that real quick. So my Discord link is. Oh crap! I got to use this computer. Like I said, I got so many computers up and trying to figure out which computer
Oh,
to do.
hold on 1 second. What do you say? Let me see. Hold on, what he said. Oh, he doesn't have Discord. Hmm.
Well, I'll tell you what. If he gets a chance to download it, he can.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, this will take him
I'll
right.
let you know.
Yeah, this will take him right to my thing. So let me post it here.
You can just send it to yeah. Post it there or send it to me, and then I'll send
Yeah,
it to him.
yeah, I don't mind posting it here. I don't know how long these links last anyway, so they
Okay.
don't seem to last very long. But yeah, no, I mean if you can hear us on the YouTube, that's fine too. I'll just try to
He's
keep.
downloading it now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Let me see where we're at. We have.
Well, that might help you.
Okay, so
All right. So we were going to.
we're gonna head out of the house and we're gonna walk
Okay.
toward the park. That's where
Okay.
we're at. Now my
Okay.
question was, when she came out of this house, does she hang? Does she go this way? So the palm tree's over here and the bush is over here. Okay, so here's a palm tree and here's the bush. Does she go out the unit and then down the street this way, past that palm tree and a bush?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what. She made it
Yeah. Where's that? Let's see where the park is.
right. That's what we need to see the park because it feels like that when she came out of here, that's when she picked up. So she's walking down the street this way, and then somebody's walking down the street this way. So, and I don't know if they're in a car or if they're just following her on foot or whatever, but it does feel like there's somebody in the same direction that's showing interest. So there's interest. He smokes. So it feels like somebody is showing interest to this girl, and she's going this way, and and he is actively walking in the same direction. Now, is he actively pursuing? I don't know, but he is actively walking. That's about what I got now. So as she's walking to the park, whichever direction it is, um, there is somebody else that's interested. Cuban?
Hey, let's pause for 1 second, okay?
Sure.
Uh, let's see if Paul, if he is on the Discord, because he knows a lot about this part of the situation, or the part of the story.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Or you can continue. You do whatever you would
Oh
like.
yeah, yeah.
But
No,
I was just saying, if you see his request, or if he tried to, or would it automatically? Would he just pop on as you continue? Is that how it works?
he won't pop onto here. He's got to come onto Discord, and then we got to catch him on my channel. So I'm trying to pull up my channel right now,
Okay. Okay.
and that
I
way,
just didn't know how that worked.
yeah. So if he gets onto Discord, have him send Jeffro Destructo a message, and then I will grab him when he
Okay.
gets to.
Okay.
So yeah,
All right. All right. Sorry. I just want to have you check that
yeah,
really quick.
yeah, yeah.
Could
No
I
problem.
just get, he's on Discord, he said.
Yeah.
Discord. So Paul, you have to send the message. Maybe he did. I'm not sure. He's on. Wait. He said he's on. So wait, are you on here? I don't hear you if you are.
Trying to see if I can pull up. Where is our discussion?
Okay, so he said he's on a Discord. So now you need to write a message to Jeff.
Yeah. So
Oh,
um,
I'm messaging him. So JEFF.
JFFRO Destructo.
I'm gonna copy it on the Discord and send it to him.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't see him in Screaming into the Night. If he leaves a message in there, in any of the channels, I'll pick him up, like off topic or.
I just sent it to him, so it should be any moment.
Not a problem. And then what we'll do is we'll get him on here, and then he can answer questions directly. So
Yeah, I
that'll work
just want
out
to make
great.
sure it's, yeah. I mean, I want it to be accurate, and he knows the apartment. I've never been there,
Hmm.
I've done a lot of research and everything, but I mean,
Okay, so he just sent me a friend
yay.
request. I'm going to accept it. And now I'm going to go back to you.
You'll love him.
I'm going to add friends to the message. Paul 0443.
And then maybe just like tell him how to be guided, like like how you told me, like where should we go here? Where should we start? Where should, you know what I mean? I'm sure.
Hmm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a voice call. So this will be a new channel that we go to. So you ready? Here we go. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, you know what? Hold on. I got to do it on my other computer. Oh, crap. 1 second, guys. Technical difficulty.
Why?
Okay, I
Hi.
finally made it.
Who's here?
So is this Paul?
I can hear you barely.
Let's see if I can.
This
I can
is
barely hear you.
Carrie. Does anybody hear Carrie?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. So is this
This
the
is Paul.
person that we needed to talk to, or Paul?
Ah, that's better.
Can you
All
hear me?
right. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I can hear you, man. Yeah. I was thinking about the commercial. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Now I got to get you guys back
I thought you
onto
were
the.
talking.
I got to get you back onto the TV. So let's see if I can do this.
Yeah. Wait. I was thinking about the commercial. Can you hear me? Yeah. I thought Lauren.
Okay. No. There we go.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna have what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to kind of turn down your TV so we don't get the TV noise overlapping onto
My
the.
TV?
Hey, I added myself.
I don't have anything on.
Oh, you don't have anything on? I wonder if that's my
No.
TV.
I added myself. Do you guys hear me?
I hear you. I hear you.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Kerry, how you doing?
Good. How are you? I just invited myself to this. I'm so impressed. I figured it out because I don't know how to use Discord, but here I am.
Yeah. I am. I've had it before. I just deleted it off my phone because I wasn't using it. So I just downloaded it from the cloud. Boom.
So, Paul, if you double tap where Jeff is, his screen, then it will pull up big, so you can see it.
I can see him fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I got him on. Yeah, I got him fine. But
I'm glad I got you guys
I was
all here.
listening to you guys talking about her apartment, you know, and in the front of her apartment, that apartment was all on one level. So there was 6 units going straight across, all on the same level. It wasn't 2-story or nothing. And in the back was the parking lot. And right behind her house, because if you're looking at the front of her house, to the left is like a section of woods. There's woods back there.
Oh yeah, Jeff.
Yep.
So is it possible that she came out of her house to go to the park? Would she turn to the right to go to the park?
No. If she went to the park, her house faces the main road going in front of her house right there, Coronado.
Oh, where she would walk to?
She would walk straight across. I mean, it's not even 5 minutes away. It's not even that far. I mean, if you walked from her house, you'd walk across Coronado. Then there's like a half a block. And then you go, there's another block there. And if you made that right on the first block, that's where the apartments were that she would go in the pool. Because they had a pool over there. But if you just kept going straight and it kind of made it bent around after that, instead of making that first right on the first block, if you went straight and it bent around, to the left is the park. And at the park, and at Four Freedoms Park, there's a big gate right in the front and a building, which is a preschool.
Preschool.
Now,
she can't get to the park if she turned right and went behind her apartment because there's woods there.
No, if she went right behind her apartment, she would
walk.
You know, she can get there. You'd have to go up that block there, the next block, and then make another right to cross over. She would have walked out of her back door and around to the side of the house where the side of the house right there by where her apartment is, which is all the way to the left looking at it, and just walk straight across the grass and then right up the road. And in the front of her house, she had a screened-in porch. So she sat out in that screened-in porch sometimes, but most of the time, she sat in the backyard, behind the house.
Hey Paul, is that her big fluffy chair with pillows in her front porch?
Yeah, that's her. Yeah, on the left-hand side. If you're looking at the front of the house, all the way to the left, I don't know if that was hers. I'm sure somebody else lives in there by now.
Well, her sign is still in the front yard, so.
Sign's there, probably, because that's where she lived. And in the back of her house is where she always sat. And that's that's the door that they would always use. Because, when you park there, you just walk, right into the doors, right? Because there's 6 doors going straight across. So hers was like, when you pulled in the back, hers was the unit all the way to the right.
Oh, to the right.
Okay, it was number one. It was number 1. So when you walked in her apartment, there was the kitchen right to the left, a little dining area which was inside the kitchen, then a living room. Then to the left was a full bath and a bedroom. That was the whole house.
Let me ask you this, Paul. Because I don't know if I'm looking at the left of her house, or it's actually the right of her house.
Are you in the front of the house or the back of the house?
Can you send him?
That's what.
Can you send him that picture?
Oh, yeah. Let me do that because I almost feel like we're looking at the back of her house.
If there's
Hold
a
on.
parking lot back there, then that's the,
It's a road.
Tell me if this. Tell me if this is the
oh, if it's
front
on the
of her
main
house.
road, that's the front of the house. I'll tell you. Let me see it. Send me the picture.
Is there a big? I did.
That's the
Is there
front
a
of the
big?
house. That's the front.
That is so strange.
See the one? See the screened in porch all the way to the left? That was her apartment.
Yeah, that's what I.
Right.
That's what I thought, Jeff.
Right.
Right.
So I was looking at that palm tree, the palm tree, and that little bush right
Right
there.
here. Yep. You want to
Yeah.
hear something funny? When there was a search going, and people were walking around, and my stepdaughter Lindsay was walking back there with a friend of hers, and then I don't know why she didn't say nothing, but by the time I got there, it was too late. She said some guy in a pickup truck parked on the main road right there in the front and was walking back there through the woods, had picked up something out of the woods. And then she asked him what he was doing there. He said, "Oh, he was looking at the property, thinking about buying the property," and then
No.
just left and jumped in this black pickup truck and left.
No, he wasn't.
So, no, he wasn't. I didn't think so.
I'm
And behind what?
Yeah, no. That area is it just for whatever reason it looks like somebody was there and somebody was there for a reason. So
Yeah, and I found fingernails on the ground there, and there was things from a shower curtain,
Look at Jeff's
and
face.
finger.
and behind her house there also, is like a brick like little building, and I didn't know what it was. I caught one of the neighbors coming out. I asked her. She goes, "Oh, that's the laundry room." So I said, "Can you open the laundry room for me?" And all her clothes were up on the shelf because she was washing her clothes. And then
Oh, Jeff.
there was all of these screws in a garbage can, but they didn't belong to anything. There was like these little black screws in the garbage can that was in there, and I looked all over that place, and nothing. None of those screws didn't belong to anything.
Where's that laundry room, Paul? Is it behind her
behind her,
building?
right behind her apartment.
Because
You
Jeff,
walk out her back door; it's right there in front of her. Right to the
Jeff,
left.
didn't you just say that you were wondering if she would go that way to go to the park? So are you thinking maybe
No,
she
she
went?
wouldn't walk back that way. She would have walked around to the front of the house and across the street. That's where the park is.
No,
Right
I'm
across
talking about the
street from
laundry
front of the
room.
house.
I'm talking
Right
about the
across
laundry
street from-
room.
Right across the street from the front of the house, the picture you gave me is another road, and that road goes right to the park. Her mother,
Yeah, Paul.
her mother's apartment is directly across the street from the park.
Paul, I'm talking about where she did laundry.
Well, that was when you walk out the back door, and it
That's
was right
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was right there. It's about 15 feet, 20 feet to the left.
And again, if somebody was in between that bush and that tree, they would watch her. They would watch her walk back to the laundry and come home.
Yeah, they could have. And you know what else? There was a shower curtain, or part of a shower curtain that looked like out in that. Because I searched all that area, that thing, and it was like part of a shower curtain, and I don't know if it was originally hers.
So, Paul, what we should do now?
I never had her apartment until after she went missing.
So, Paul, let's see what he wants to see, and then that would be perfect for you to answer the questions.
Okay, yeah, fine. Yep.
Or whatever you want to do, Jeff.
That curb right there. That if you put your head down on that white stripe or near that white stripe and look, it has brown behind it. It doesn't have the reservoir like I was thinking. It has a brown lawn. You said somebody had parked there in a black truck on this
parked on the main road. Parked on the main road in front of the house.
This area in front of the house.
Yeah, it was in a black pickup truck parked on the main road, blocking the right lane. Spanish dude.
Oh, okay.
I,
So Jeff, I wonder if he heard right before he came on, you were describing that person and do you remember?
Hmm.
I didn't hear that. I missed it.
Okay, that's when I asked Jeff if we can add you on
Oh, I missed it because I was fucking around
because
with the Discord.
you were talking about that guy, that Cuban.
Hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
she could have been Cuban. I didn't see him. My stepdaughter, and I love her to death, but she has like an IQ of a handball sometimes. And
You know,
I'll be honest with you, man. I can't help it.
I have a
Lizzie is just kind of
I
an
have a
airhead.
son that has the exact same IQ.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And I don't know how else to put it, man. And I was like, why didn't she say it or call somebody or call me and get his license plate, something? The cops were there and everything. The whole neighborhood came out to search, and she was like, I don't know. I was just, I was scared and all this going on, Dad. I'm sorry. And I'm like, I couldn't give her a hard time because I understand she was crying and she was upset over her sister, and you know, but yeah,
Okay.
and nobody actually. She's the only one that's seen this guy, but he was like, well,
Well,
her, he was like Spanish.
so that's where I'm getting with this. Right before Jeff, before you came on here, he was talking about you because all right. Jeff already looked at the apartment, and because I said he asked me where we should look, and I said the last time she was at the apartment, and he didn't see any distress or anything. So Jeff, weren't we looking at when she left the apartment? That's what we were looking at last.
right. So when she left, it really feels like there's somebody. You know how when you're walking this way and then somebody comes behind you. I don't know if they were following her or trying to stay up with her or if they're just heading in the same direction. But somebody came from one direction and then came behind her at, and I don't know how far down this road. This is the road that I'm looking at now. This road is important. So the road in the picture.
Is that the road in front of the house or the road to the side of the house?
That
To the
is
other side. But there's a side road also that runs, you know, after you pass her house, going like where the picture is. If you go looking at the picture to the right, you can make a left down that road. That's how you get in back behind the house. And that road curves around, and then there's a side street behind that. Right behind her is another side street.
let me Google map this. So it's 4927 Coronado Parkway.
Coronado Highway, yep. What you're looking at is Coronado Highway in that picture. That's the front of the apartment.
That's Coronado Parkway.
Yeah, Coronado Parkway. Yep.
And she's apartment 1.
That's Florida, right? Right.
Right.
Parkway.
Cape Coral, Florida.
Hmm.
CAPECORAL Parkway.
I better
I
get
meant
this.
Florida.
So I don't get a lot of. One of the things I'm not getting is I'm not getting an event. I'm not getting a this is how it happened. What I'm getting is bits and pieces. I got the fact that somebody is standing by that tree and that bush smoking a cigarette. I got a little brick building, and I'm assuming that's the laundry. I'm getting the. You remember yesterday I told you about the two arches and she's sitting in between. Well, if you look in that picture that you sent me, if she's sitting on that patio, she would be sitting there, and the two arches would be on either side of her. So instead of having two solid round things, it's two circles with stucco around it. So I mean, it was kind of an inverse picture. So I'm
Oh,
think
that's interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting. So
yeah,
she's
Yeah.
sitting there on the ledge, maybe?
she was sitting there either on the patio or near that patio, and I'm looking at the two arches.
Yeah, and waiting for maybe a ride or
So
something.
I think whatever happened near the house, or it started at the house and then just I mean, I'm getting, yeah. So anyways, I think whatever happened is uh, something to do with the house or near the house. All right.
Right.
So one more time on the address. It's
27.
4927 Coronado, Florida. Oh, Parkway. We we're trying to find lost money. And you would think trying to find lost money is really easy because you can zero in on the money. It's got a particular smell. You got a particular, wow, that's a big street.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean by the driveway and back. Okay, so
Yeah.
where's the Four Freedoms Park? Is that the one you're talking about?
It's going out the front door of the house, crossing
Four
over
Freedoms Park
Coronado
is the park,
Parkway.
yes. Four Freedoms Park is, yes, that's the park that she would go to.
That's not much of a park.
No, it's small.
Yeah, that's a very small park. You know,
Right.
the worst part is it's right there on the water too.
Yeah, that's the basin. That's the basin.
Hey, yes. So Jeff, if you zoom out a little bit, you'll see that basin that you talked about
You
last
do it.
night.
Yep.
Do you
Now
see it?
behind,
Hmm.
now that park,
That's the basin you're talking about.
her mother's apartment's right directly across the street.
Let's see if I can.
There's a bank. There's a bank on the opposite, around the corner of that, right there. You can, from the park, right across from that park. And on the other side of that basin is a hotel. And in between the basin there's a slot for where you can park your boats to go to the park or to the hotel. And then it opens up to the big part of the basin. And I was telling you about the reptilian. She actually one night swam and ran from that hotel, jumped in that water, which is filled with alligators, and swam to the park.
What was she doing at that hotel?
She wasn't. She was walking back, going home. But so I'm doing something. Somebody was after her. And she told me they were reptilians. And she ran and jumped in and ran behind. She knew the area. She ran behind the hotel because in the back part there where that is by the park, that's the parking area. So she ran from behind there, jumped into the water, and swam right across that little basin there to the park to get away from what was ever chasing her or whoever was chasing her. And you telling me, you seen how that she was afraid. And when you told me she was looking and laying down, looking into a drain, that whole reptilian thing that she told me, that's exactly the first thing that came to my mind. And you also said something to me, yet last night about a garbage can. Am I correct?
Yeah, but
Can I tell you something, or you don't want to know?
oh no, go hit me. I'm ready.
My daughter went missing 2 days before Father's Day. That was on a Sunday, was Father's Day. I got there. I flew from California because I was living in California at the time.
It was during
Florida.
COVID.
To Florida, yeah. I got there Wednesday night at around 11 o'clock. Thursday landed. Went to there's a whole nother story about the cops, but
Yeah.
Whole nother
anyway,
story.
Anyway, I think we'll get into that some other time.
Tell them about the trash.
So I went directly to her apartment. I had my daughter meet me there. My daughter Cassie, her sister.
Right.
And next door neighbor, his garbage, because first thing I did was open up the garbage cans, which is in the back of the house.
Right.
And all of his mail was in their garbage can. And so I'm looking, I'm going, why the fuck is all this mail in that garbage can? So I opened up his garbage can, which was still pretty much empty. And then I noticed from behind the house, the grass that leads up to the front of the house, all the way out to the street, were the marks and wheels of a garbage can. So my first thought was something happened to her either back there or in the apartment. They put her in that garbage can and wheeled her out, and somebody picked her up out there on the road instead of behind there, because there was probably cameras and shit they were worried about, and they put her in something and drove away. That was my first initial thought.
So here's a wild scenario that I've been kicking around for quite a while here. What if she's not dead? What if she is actually?
I thought the same thing. Maybe she was trafficked.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. One of the cases that
Yeah,
I'm doing
and
right.
I'll tell you why. She,
That's definitely something Paul and I had talked about.
yeah, she was working. She was actually working job. COVID hit, and she lost her job as a waitress in this like bar girl kind of place. And so her boyfriend got her a job at the Taco Bell because his cousin is the manager in the Taco Bells. Okay.
Right.
So, like the first day I got there, after I went to the apartment, I went to her work. I was speaking to the assistant manager, and she's a younger girl also. Well, my daughter was what, 30 years old, Lauren, at the time, I guess, 29, 30. So this girl was telling me this guy kept coming in and was hitting on my daughter, and then started hitting on her. And she had all this guy's voicemails that she kept and text messages, which she gave me. And I got the guy's name. I got a bunch of friends, whatnot. That's a whole nother story. I'm running. Yeah. You'll understand one day when you see me. Anyway, ran his name, and comes back that this guy was arrested twice in Miami for trafficking and prostitution.
So let's do
Now,
this.
wait. Now, here's the boyfriend's cousin, the manager. Not only did he manage that Taco Bell, but they will rotate him. So there were two other Taco Bells plus that one that he would manage. And out of the two Taco Bells, where he was the manager of all these three, two people were trafficked and got abducted. So
what if we looked at if she is still here?
Right. So my thought was, and all of the people that were mostly working in these Taco Bells were all single mothers that came out of rehab. And I think that then I believe that the cousin was like a part of this trafficking ring, and he was getting, one girl actually got away. And here's the weird part: they found her under a bridge. Now, her boyfriend, my daughter's boyfriend, I never met him. Even when I went down there to visit, it was always something. So he called me up, and that's how I found out. And I knew there was something wrong because I never even met this guy.
He doesn't know this case at all, by the way. Paul.
Yeah, never spoken to him before, but he needs to know this part. And when he called me,
I was just letting you know.
Yeah, when he called me, I was like, "Well, are you out looking for her?" Because he called me on a Friday night.
Oh, this is my favorite part about the skateboard.
Yeah, on a Friday night, and saying, he just got home from work and she's not there, and blah 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 blah. I was like, "Well, why are you calling me? I don't know. I don't live there. I'm 3,000 miles away."
Right.
And so I've never spoken to you a day in my life, never met you. And all of a sudden, out of the clear blue, instead of calling her friends or her mother, who and her mother's boyfriend, who's a fucking convicted pedophile, yeah, no shit, bro. This is what I'm dealing with, and the fucking crooked cops down there. I wanted to kill them all, but I couldn't get near nobody. Anyway, so yeah, I swear to God, I'm not shitting you, man. So you can't make this shit up, really. So anyway. He says, yeah. Oh, I even looked under a bridge. But at that time, I said to him, what does that mean? You looked under a bridge. And I'm like, he goes, well, she used to go and hang out, take a walk up the road or whatever, and there was a bridge there, and people, she would hang out there and meditate and blah blah blah. I'm like, you're talking to me like I know your area or something. I've never been by you, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. And then it comes up that one of the girls that worked at one of these Taco Bells that was abducted, but got away, but was beaten the hell up really bad. They found her under the bridge. My daughter, about a month and a half to 2 months prior to this, called me, crying her eyes out, saying that when she left work from Taco Bell and she took the bus, my daughter never drove because she got into an accident when she was younger and hurt her back real bad. So she was afraid to drive, never even got her permit. So she took the bus everywhere. And she was going to walk to the bus stop, which was across the street from the Taco Bell, behind the Taco Bell. And she said 2 guys tried to grab her and drag her in a car. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know if I should tell you. I don't know. I think that's enough.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember this. We are alive, so I mean, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm just talking to you, bro. I will watch my mouth.
We're live, Paul.
I forgot all about that. I'm sorry, everybody. Don't mind my language.
No, it's okay. I mean, I've got.
I mean, your daughter's been missing for 5 years. You're allowed to be a little angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very angry.
Yeah. So I mean,
all right. So let's see what Jeff can do to help.
Apologize. My language, everybody. I'm sorry. Well, I will definitely clean it up.
No, and you got to remember, I'm a dad with a situation very similar to yours, and dealing with the cops. Yeah. So I lost my daughter on my birthday, so I had.
I didn't know that, Jeff.
Yeah, so
what?
I had
Bro,
to. I was pulled into an interrogation room, and they were asking me questions.
I'm so sorry. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I would have lawyered right up. They're doing a fishing expedition, man.
Yeah. So
they just fish.
Yeah. I was like you said, I was ready to.
Mm-hmm.
But that was.
Where do you live?
I'm in Washington.
Where do you live?
Washington.
Oh, you're in Washington State?
Yeah.
I was living in California, but I drive a semi. I run long haul.
Yeah.
So I run 48 states.
That sounds to your best friend.
Yeah, I was up in Washington. I used to go up to Washington State a lot. I was up right up I-5 all the way up.
Oh yeah. Major port.
Oh yeah, major port. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're still live, Paul. But I'm
so sorry about that, man. About your daughter, bro. I had no idea, man.
I didn't know either. I'm so sorry, Jeff.
I'm so sorry, man.
Oh, it's life. I mean, just shit happens, and then you just got to keep rolling.
It takes a part of you with it, man. It takes a part of you with it,
Yeah, it does.
And for me, everybody always says to me, "How are you so strong? How are you so strong?" And I'm like, "Listen, man.
It's not easy.
I'm not as strong as you think I am.
Yeah.
This is what you have to understand. The pain never goes away. You just learn to live with it.
Yeah.
Right. And nobody that hasn't lost a child really doesn't understand that.
Well, the thing is if she was trafficked, because I can't feel the disconnect. I can't feel where she passes over. I can't feel.
That's what I thought. Okay.
It's like if she's alive, that would be one thing. But if she's dead, there would be. I mean, I would think there would be indicators, but I can't tell either way.
I gotta explain one more thing to you why there is no.
This is Paul, Jeff. So I love him.
Because the reason there were a lot of indicators, actually.
There was what?
A lot of indicators.
Really?
But here's the problem. I got the call from him it was a Thursday night, a Friday night. Either Thursday or Friday night. The 18th, I believe it was. Then the 19th, then the 20th. So, by the time I got down to Florida, like I told you, was the following Wednesday at 11. At Thursday morning, when I woke up, I called the police station because I had to make him, the boyfriend, go down and file a missing persons report, which was just, if you read the report, you'd be like, what? It's just, I filed this report because my father wanted me to, basically, is what it said. Yeah. So when I called up and I wanted to speak to the cop or the detective that was on my daughter's case, they put me on hold. And I was like on hold for 50 minutes. And the lady on, that answered the phone at the Cape Coral police station says to me, we don't have any missing person or anybody on a case named Lauren DeMol. I said, what are you talking about? So I got her case number in front of me because I made her piece of shit, live, her boyfriend go down and do it. Right? And she put me on hold again. So about an hour or two later, I get a call back from the Cape Coral Police Department from a detective who is now on the case. Can I come down there? And I'm told that because of COVID and they were shorthanded, whoever took the initial report did not enter it properly into the computer. So we're talking almost a week they had time to clean up. Yeah.
You got the Cape Coral Police, and they actually have a reputation even today.
Fort Myers is even worse. The two of them.
You've got the boyfriend who doesn't file a missing report and doesn't seem to be concerned, and then you've got so many weird little things going on. I mean, this is
the entire thing is so bizarre.
Am I able to? Can I give you one thing that was a big indicator,
sure.
or would you rather not have it?
No, go for it. I mean, at this point, I'm pretty much.
I was there. I was there for 3 months. I stayed there for 3 months.
Wait, hold on, Jeff. What were you gonna say at this point? What?
Oh, I'm totally front loaded. So I mean, we can go ahead and discuss all the data. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I was there for 3 months. I didn't go to work. I stayed down there for 3 months in a hotel.
Great.
And about 2 months into it, they went down to the Four Freedoms Park cadaver dogs. I told you the mother lives directly across from that park with her boyfriend, and my daughter met her boyfriend because when she went down there, she didn't see her mother because I had custody of her and her sister in over 12, 13 years. So she wanted to go down there to see her mother, and the mother just basically abandoned her, and her sister, not even a phone call, nothing. Right. 12, 13 years. So when she went down there with her boyfriend, but the boyfriend that she was with, during all of this, was staying with them because he worked with the mother's boyfriend. And that's how she met him. And I told you the mother's boyfriend was her drug dealer. And
if you know all this information, will it mess anything up?
So I can I can actually overlook what I need to. I'll look at details and then it'll get fleshed out. I mean,
okay. Anyway, the point I was trying to make was when they went down to the Four Freedoms Park with the cadaver dogs a month and a half, 2 months later, the dogs literally dragged them across the street to the mother's apartment. And the work van was there. And they hit on the work van. And I can tell you what they found. What the dogs hit on. The dogs hit on a piece of rope, a first aid kit, a bloody rag, driver's front seat, then dragged them upstairs to the mother's apartment who lived up on the second floor. Up there, the dogs hit on a curtain in front of the washer and dryer, the rug, the curtain that led out to the balcony, and the dishwasher. And no arrests were ever made. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm with you. I'm thinking, and I don't know why trash cans are used all the time in this kind of deal, is they knock somebody out or
I'll tell you why.
Or they dispose the body.
There's cameras everywhere, man.
There's what?
Cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Ring go anyway. Then they went to the yard where they worked, where the boyfriend and the mother's boyfriend worked, because they worked together in the same van, and they did all the jobs together.
Right.
So the cops then went to the yard, and they also impounded a trailer.
And they did what?
So impounded a trailer. I'm thinking
a dump trailer.
Oh man, Jeff, you have no idea.
A trailer that you you would put behind a van or like
So Paul, can I interrupt really quick?
a work trailer.
Okay. Okay.
It's enclosed
Paul,
though, so it's enclosed. It's not an open trailer. It's
Right.
like the kind that are closed,
Yep. Yep.
And dogs hit on that. So then they had that for about a week. They gave it all back, and the boyfriend and the mother's boyfriend didn't want to drive that van anymore, that work van that the dogs hit on. And the boss told him, you have to, use that. We can't afford another one. Well, that same day, the van broke down. So the mechanic went out. He couldn't start it. Brought it back to the yard, and there was metal filings all through the engine because somebody put metal filings into the gas tank. And a week after that, they got another van. But a week after that, the owner of the company, and I'm guessing there was probably cameras in that yard, in case somebody broke in. He went fishing every Thursday with his friends. Well, that Thursday that he went, it was his turn to buy the bait, but he never showed up. Well, they found him hung in a hotel room, and they said it was suicide.
Yeah.
oh, Jeff,
Yeah.
there's so much more too.
Wait, it gets better. So listen.
It
So
gets
now,
there. Well, wait. There's more.
oh yeah.
No, there's so much more. There's so much more.
You don't even know. I can write a book. So anyway, it gets better. So anyway, the detective tells me.
We're gonna front load Jeff with everything.
The detective tells me. He says, I said, he hung himself. I said, that's bullshit, right? He goes, no. He goes, he was going through a divorce. And if you ever met his wife, you would have hung yourself too. I said, you know what?
Oh God.
And I said to him, you know what? I'm not a 9-to-5 guy that works at a bank.
Yeah.
Okay. I said, I'm a street guy, and I'm a biker. I said, don't even talk to me like I'm some freaking naive person that thinks the cops are really there to help them.
Right.
Because I don't like you. You don't like me.
Did you tell Jeff about the van being taken by the cops, and then a day later it was sent back, and then it was burnt?
I just told him all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now go another month ahead. Maybe, I'm sorry, 4 or 5 months ahead. Not even. Next thing you know, there's this maintenance guy that was the last person to supposedly see my daughter walking by that pool behind, which is the block before Four Freedoms Park. And he was in the mother's apartment for some reason, because downstairs apartment, supposedly the hot water heater wasn't working, and he needed to go upstairs, whatever reason. So he let himself in without any work order or anything. And my ex-wife didn't work. She was an alcoholic drug addict that, they actually had to put her in a wheelchair because she got so messed up, she would fall down and hurt herself. Right. So they put her in a wheelchair so she didn't fall down, and just let her do whatever she wanted. But supposedly he was in this room, and to do something with the hot water heater that's downstairs, right? Which is ridiculous. I can see if the hot water was upstairs and he lived downstairs and they had to drain the water out, and the valve was down there. But upstairs, there's no reason for him to even be there. But he was up there. And I called the company, and he had no work order to even be in there. But he had to go to the bathroom. And he's friends with my daughter's boyfriend from 12, 13 years before I find out that they lived in Wisconsin together. So this guy now decides he's got to go to the bathroom. Well, the room that he was working in, there's a bathroom in there, but he didn't use that one. He used the other bathroom. And when he opened up the door, my ex-wife was sitting on the toilet, he said. But she was unresponsive when he said, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. So he said, this is what he tells the cops, that he thought she was there praying, so he locked the door and closed it behind him. Another toilet. Huh? Yeah. So my stepson gets home, because he lived with his mother, and had to kick the door in, and she almost dead on the floor. Brought her to the hospital. She was in ICU, right? So she was in ICU for about a week and a half or so. Gets out of ICU. Right, gets out of ICU, and her boyfriend, Victor, the pedophile, goes there and spends the weekend. He leaves on a Sunday to go back to work. Monday, she's back in ICU. So now Our sister is telling me this, my ex-sister-in-law. I said, you need to tell them he's not allowed in that hospital, and he's not to go nowhere near her. So nobody went near her, and she came out of ICU again.
Right.
This is Lauren's biological mother.
Lauren's biological mother, yeah, my ex-wife. So I didn't see her for like, I don't know, 15 years or 20. I don't even know.
Right.
So anyway,
Who was dating or married to Victor, who lived across the street from Four Freedoms Park.
right. So anyway, now there was a fundraiser put up for my daughter from the people that were living down there at a bar, and about 100 bikes showed up. We went on a bike run, and it was a fundraiser. There was like all these different games and stuff for kids out in the back in the parking lot. It was awesome, man.
It was called We Ride for Lauren.
Right.
So during this fundraiser, my stepdaughter Lindsay was there. My other daughter Cassie, my daughter Cheyenne was there. Because I got 6 daughters, bro. My other 2 little ones, they didn't make it. My other ones, they were little at the time.
Right.
They were younger.
Right.
So anyway, during that fundraiser, a girl went into the hospital saying she was Lindsay, who was at the fundraiser with us, and went into my ex-wife's room, and they allowed her in there. And the next day, she was dead.
The girl that said
But you got to realize something now. This is in the middle and the height of Corona.
So Jeff, somebody that said that she was Lindsay, whom is, her Paul's daughter, which was at the bike, fundraiser for Lauren. This other girl, who was not Lindsay, was at the hospital visiting Anne, and they let her in the room, and she said she was Lindsay, but it wasn't Lindsay.
Who's Anne?
And then the mom died, right?
The next day.
So she was given some drugs or something that she took and killed her.
Oh, Paul, did you just say who's Anne?
Yeah, who's Anne?
Oh, that's from Complicit.
Oh no, her name was Laura Ann. Laura.
Okay, yeah, but in the Complicit, they say
I didn't know that.
It was Anne.
They called her Anne?
Yeah, that's Lauren's weird. Mom. They called her Anne.
That. But here's the thing.
I'm sorry.
That was during the height of COVID, and at that time you had to sign in to the hospital because if you were exposed, they had to be able to contact you with contact information if you were exposed to COVID. And there are cameras all over the hospital. Well, the cops said, "Oh no, the hospital had no cameras and nobody signed in." I'm like, "You're full of shit."
Yeah, no.
You got to be kidding me, dude.
Why are
the Oscar and the boss is dead. The mother was there when they probably dragged her upstairs to try to save her from whatever they did, or whatever they did to her up in the house.
Yeah.
They could have been wrapping her up in whatever to take her away. I don't know. But something happened in that apartment, and something happened in that van. And then the other thing, now you got 2 people that are dead. They're just cleaning up their mess one after another. And while I was there, I stayed in Fort Myers in the Hilton Hotel, and they actually had undercover cops that they thought I was stupid. I didn't know that were actually in that hotel as guests, watching everything I did and where I went every single day. I couldn't get within 5 miles of her boyfriend or anybody else that I wanted
to. So, Paul, what do you think about not? Because there's other characters in this. I don't want to overwhelm him just yet.
No, I'm not going to give him any. I just needed to give him that. Because there was, like I said.
Well, I mean, you can do whatever you want. I'm glad I got you guys 2 together.
Yeah. No, there was a lot. I just needed to give
him. This is a
lot. That's just. And the thing is.
There's so much more, though.
I know there's so much more. I knew the guy. I knew the people with the cadaver dogs because that police department didn't have it. This was an outside company.
Right.
And when I called up Mike that owns them, and he's been doing this for 30 years, he's like, I thought they were going to make an arrest within that a day or 2 or that night. Because I can't believe they didn't arrest anybody. Well, from that point on,
nobody's been even named a suspect.
He's never done any work for Cape Coral after that again.
All right, so here's what I got out of this whole sordid tale. Okay.
Yeah.
First off, the cops know what's going on.
Oh, absolutely.
So the cops are completely involved in this. And you said the mom died the day after the lady checked her in. So the mom knew what was going on. The boyfriend knows and is part of what's going on.
Absolutely. I believe so.
But
The
why?
both boyfriends, the mother's boyfriend and my daughter's boyfriend, both.
I can understand if she was captured and taken for trade because she's a gorgeous girl. But why kill her? Why was it a crime of passion? Is a kid just absolutely stupid? I mean, because now
He's not a kid. He's not a kid.
well,
He
and
was
I'm
he
60.
was the boyfriend. The boyfriend's 45 years old. I found out.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second, Paul. Jeff,
Why?
are you saying that you feel what the whoever did anything, if they did anything to Lauren, is a kid?
No, I'm saying well because they're much younger than me. I mean, they're
Okay,
definite.
so that we should pen that. That's a detail.
So that a 45-year-old is, and he's not the most intelligent person in the world. Yeah, but let's just say that
Oh,
the
another one has an IQ of a handball. Excuse me.
I was going to say the elevator just stopped short of the second floor. So
Yeah, he's like a couple of nuggets short of a Happy Meal. Right?
yeah, well, we got so many
So
one-liners.
who are we talking
Yeah.
about here?
This
You, with you guys and your one-liners, I'm so confused.
this feels
We're
like
talking about
the kid that well kid. This feels like the guy that was attracted to Lauren. There's somebody that's attracted to Lauren. That was
That's what I, yeah.
there's
But
somebody, and whoever this person is probably the guy that was staying at the mom's house or kept going into mom's house. But
well, no, the guy that was staying at the mom's house turned out to be my daughter's boyfriend.
your daughter's boyfriend.
Correct. That's
that's
how
what
she
I'm
met him.
saying. I don't
But
want to confuse you, Jeff.
but
That's how
that's
she met him.
yeah, but that's the ones that didn't report her missing, right?
No, he didn't. I made him go on
Right.
Father's Day to report
And
her
I'm
missing.
telling you, the guy's
They
got
were
just
together for 4 years. They were together for
You're
4 years.
talking.
yeah, he was not the smartest kid on the block. And
No,
Okay,
he
so
wasn't.
that's who you're talking about. Okay.
yeah, and he's involved. And
Without a doubt. I already know that.
but it just it, there's like a third wheel here that's just and something just keeps again there was somebody at the house that followed her from the house. Now I know the kid, her boyfriend's involved and just dumb as a box of rocks. I know there's some type of organization that the cops are aware of. So now
Yeah, there is.
we've got one person following, we've got the boyfriend, we've got this organization, and then we've got the cops. So it's like you've got this whole swirling mass all revolved around one very beautiful but where is she girl. And
Right.
what a
And the
mess.
cops are dirty as hell, man. I told them right to their face. And you know why I left Florida after 3 months? Because towards the end of that third month, I get a phone call from the detective. Hey, Paul, are you busy right now? I'm like, why? Is it something up? He said, no, I was wondering, if you got, can you come down to the station? I was like, why? He goes, I'd like you to take a DNA test.
A
This way
DNA.
we have something. Oh, yeah, they wanted my DNA. Yeah, because this way, if they found my daughter's remains, they would have something to,
Right.
like, to go. I said, first of all, you got my daughter's DNA, Cassie's. I said, second of all, you're 5 minutes away from her mother's house, who's sitting there right now in a wheelchair, drunk, probably, smoking in some crack or some shit. You could walk over there, stick a freaking, swab up her ass, you wouldn't even know, and get it from her.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I said, you're not taking it. Then it occurred to me, why do they want my DNA? Because, that's how cops will set you up, if you're getting too close and because I was on the streets, man. I was knocking on doors that nobody would knock on.
Right.
And I'm knocking on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because all the information the cops got, they got from me within the first probably 72 hours, where they didn't know nothing, supposedly, Yeah. And everywhere I went, you know, it led to nowhere. And it all added up to everybody else. I can tell you a whole nother thing that happened. I'm not going to tell you yet, but and this is really important too. This part's really important, which, as far as I'm concerned, puts the nail in the coffin to exactly what happened.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just how is this drunken lady associated with the upper management of
Oh, who?
there. She
My ex-wife?
this the mom who died was
Yeah.
somehow tied to or the traffickers and the dealers, the people in power.
Right. That would be Gabby's cousin, who was the, like I told you,
They were the ones.
my daughter's boyfriend. His cousin was the manager of those Taco Bells.
Taco Bells.
Right. Hmm.
I mean, when somebody says, "Yeah, the manager of a Taco Bell is this," is this?
But out of two different Taco Bells, because he managed three of them, they rotated him.
Yeah.
Out of two of them, people were trafficked and kidnapped.
And it's funny because I mean, they're a big organization. That's a great way to hide. You have
Right.
you're a great pick of people. So it just makes me sad because I love Taco Bell and I eat there all the time. To think
Yeah, me
that
too. I like Taco Bell. Right. And here's the thing: the girls that were hired, almost every one of them in every one of those Taco Bells were single mothers that came out of rehab.
I guess my question is how far does this go? So okay, so let's say he's just a small
It was
time.
real deep, man. And here's the scary part about it, Jeff. And if it was just me and I didn't have any other children, I would have climbed the ladder right to the top.
Right.
But I got up to a certain rung. I realized if I go one rung higher, you may get knocked down off that ladder.
Right. Right. And that's what I'm wondering is how far because obviously the big boss doesn't really give a rat's ass what the little guys are doing. But I
Right.
mean, why would this middle manager get involved or even let this happen? To me, you'd want to keep your ship running smooth. You wouldn't want to have little pissants doing stupid
Well,
things like that.
the boyfriend was cheating. And the night on Saturday, when he called me and said he came home from work and she still wasn't there, I said, well, you're going out to look for her? He goes, oh, no, I'm going to my friend's tonight.
Oh,
Well, it turned out, yeah, he was going to his girlfriend's house, his other
wow.
girlfriend. And he was still married, which I never knew about. He was never divorced. They were separated.
So he was dating this girl while still married, and then he was
He was
cheating
dating
on
my
her.
daughter. He was engaged to my daughter. He put a ring on her finger.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, he was engaged to my daughter. For 4 years they were together.
You
Yeah,
have
and then she found out that he was cheating.
yeah. All I gotta
Yeah,
say is
whatever.
you have much greater inner strength than I do.
No, I don't.
I have
You know what I
I
have? You
have
know what I got, Jeff? You know what I got? I drive, like I said, I drive a semi, which I'm in right now. I run 48 states. So when I went back and I got back into my truck after being in Florida, I pretty much lived in my truck for 3 years.
yeah.
And I didn't go around nobody. And the things that were going through my mind, I wouldn't even repeat.
Yeah. No, I totally
And
feel I
that's
totally
how
feel
I
that.
made it. That's how I made it to the point I made it. And it got to the certain point where I talked to like a preacher,
Yeah.
because I told him, as far as I wanted justification. That's all I was looking for. Because if I got that justification, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know, since, God gave me this child and I was supposed to protect her and take care of her, if I did something to avenge my daughter's either disappearance or death, that would be okay, right? Because of the reason I'm doing it. And he was like, no, it don't work that way. I said, well, it says an eye for an eye. He goes, don't work that way.
Yeah.
But it should, I said, do you think there could just be like a penance for that? Like, you have to say like 20 Hail Marys or some
I
crap, you
was
know what I mean?
I was just gonna say 20 Hail Marys,
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
beats with rosemary,
yeah.
you're good to go. Yeah.
I was like, no, you're going to go to see your daughter again. If you want to see your daughter again, you have to, and then you'll be no different than they are. I said, no, there is a difference. The difference is that they did this to an innocent person and to my daughter, where I'm doing it to somebody that took my daughter and, or her life, or took her, period.
Yeah.
I said, there's a difference there, I think.
There
You
is.
know, and I really struggled with all that.
Yeah, no, and
You know,
I I have some stories just like that where only through the grace of God did the offending party make it through high
oh
school.
yeah,
So yeah, yeah.
you know,
I
because
I was a very large and very angry father, and
oh really?
I
So
had
I was,
I had several
Hayes doesn't
cops
even,
several
Hayes
cops
don't
and
even,
several firefighters pulled me off of one kid because I was gonna
Angry doesn't even come
yeah.
close because there was no, to me, you know, if you just, took someone else's life and bang, whatever you they shot him in the head, whatever. That was too easy, that's not what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, a week or two, and giving you a little bit of water and keeping you alive, man, until
You know
you had no
the
whatever.
CIA perfected it. You can keep a man alive for
Yeah,
many
well, I
months.
got
This might
the
be TM or
CIA
Ryan
learned things
Paul.
from me. And the CIA probably could learn things from me because of what went through my head.
I'm
Let me
sure
tell you what.
I'm sure they have a notebook of all sorts of wonderful fun things. As a father,
I bet you they do.
I totally
I bet
feel
you
what
they.
you're saying.
Yeah, but that's what I was coping with for 3 years,
Yeah.
and that was, and then when I told people like I was in a really dark place, they're like, "Oh, were you gonna hurt you?" No, I wasn't. Never thought about hurting myself.
Oh, exactly.
Okay, you're getting that wrong, man. No, the dark places was where the things that were going through my mind that actually scared me.
Yeah. The anger is
Let's
very.
The
find
anger
out what happened, guys.
was more than hatred. I mean, outright, and hatred will eat you up from the inside out.
Yeah. Well, we got so much data here. It's just kind of scary. I mean, it's
Oh,
just
listen,
it's
you don't have that much data, believe it or not. You have a little piece.
that the iceberg as the iceberg rolls over, you actually understand just how huge this. Yeah.
Oh, you don't even know, man. I could I, I could probably talk to you for over an hour and still not be done
Oh yeah. Yeah.
with what happened from beginning to end. You
So
know.
what can we get from tonight though? Like about her leaving her apartment, Jeff? Do you think that we can just go back to that and circle back, like just to like end it there or whatever?
We can. So my whole point on the apartment was that she left the apartment and she was being followed. And she was being followed, and it felt like it did feel like either Hispanic or Cuban. So now the question
Mm.
is the Cuban or Hispanic just following her and actually part of this, or did she go to the mom's house or to the park and then somebody from the mom's house come over and talk to her? And I don't know why it feels like some sort of, it feels like there's something to do with the fact that somebody's upset about something. And I don't
Oh, you're
understand
right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
really that. So there's somebody upset about what are they
My daughter, my daughter, there was more than one person that was upset with my daughter.
Why? What did she
Yeah.
do? I mean, she really seems like this bubbly, cheerful girl.
Want me to tell you what she did? I'll tell you exactly what she did. When she found out her boyfriend was cheating and he wasn't coming home, she met somebody else. And
Oh,
so she had an affair with this other person.
gotcha.
And she wound up getting pregnant, but she wasn't sure whose child it was. Was it the boyfriend or the other guys? And the other guy, my daughter was friends with his ex-girlfriend.
That and that right there, that little tidbit of information makes everything we've been looking at is why was the ex-boyfriend so, and
Right,
why is there so much,
right.
and she's such, her energies, I couldn't wrap my head around why her energies were so, and then there's so much crap going on. I couldn't, now I can figure it out because,
I ask you a question, man?
Hey Jeff, that's what the stomach cramping was.
yeah, she was pregnant. Or if she wasn't pregnant, she was
Yeah, she had an abortion. She had an abortion.
Yeah. So whatever leftover or whatever she did with her stomach, that's why her stomach was hurting. Because if she had an abortion, then
That was
yeah.
about a month prior too. Yep, about a
I
month prior too.
you
Yep,
know when I do these body scans and stuff, I mean I pick up on some weird
yep.
stuff and I never understand what this is. And then when somebody says, "Oh, well, this happened," well, yeah, no wonder her stomach is not feeling good.
Well, I understood it the first time you said it, but I didn't want to just. I wanted you to, I because you're on a good path. You know what I mean? You're figuring it out. But yeah, that's exactly.
I figured she was either having menstrual cramps or she was having she was maybe pregnant or something was wrong with her. Maybe
She was prior to this.
she was what?
She was pregnant prior to all this. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if she aborted, then the
Yeah, and you know what? He was supposed to go with her and pay for it. The boyfriend,
yeah.
her boyfriend, and he never did. And so she went by herself and had it done.
Wow.
I helped her. I gave her money, and then you know she found out that while she was working all the time, when she got that stimulus check, the boyfriend stole it and cashed it, and she never got it.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then like I said, there's I need to ask you a question. Since my daughter's disappearance, almost when I was in the hotel room, I swear to you, I can't make this up. When I was a kid, I would see spirits, man. I was telling Kerry that I don't like when they touch me. I didn't never like that. I hated it because I didn't like the way it felt. I didn't like it,
Right.
you know. But since she passed, and while I was in the hotel room, a very good friend of mine is an retired detective out in New York. And I was talking to his wife, and we were on FaceTime. And I was laying in the hotel room on my bed, and I was facing the headboard. And behind me, there was like a fluorescent light, that went across the top where there was two sinks, and that was the sink area and then the bathroom, the door was over there. And we started talking, and we started bringing up and talking about Gabby, his name was Gabriel, was my daughter's boyfriend. And if the light would turn off, and then I said, Lauren, if we're on the right track, turn the light back on, and the light would come back on. And she started taking screenshots of me and her. This went on for like 20 minutes.
Great.
And then I finally said, make the light brighter. And this light, I thought it was going to like explode because that's how bright it got when I was saying these things. And then every day since then, and to this day, at least 2 or 3 times a day, I have a GPS in my truck. I have a clock, off of my electronic log and whatever, and on my radio. But out of nowhere, all of a sudden on my microwave in my truck, and all of a sudden I'll just look at it when I'm thinking about it, and all of a sudden it will say 111 or 333,
Right.
and these angel numbers 222, and this has happened every day for 5 years, 2 or 3 times every day. It could be how many hours I have left to get to where I'm going. It could be how many miles I look up and I have left. It could be the time on the clock. Whatever, but it's every single day, and I dream, and she comes to me sometimes in my dreams, man.
Did were you there when I saw something in my room or my office?
Yeah, I was there last night when I was
Yeah.
talking to
That
Carrie.
was rarely happens. I mean, I rarely have visitors like that. On this,
Yeah, and I think that was her, and I'll tell you why.
I do too.
Jeff, what was that?
It was a
You
visitor.
think that that's who it was?
I hope so. Yeah. I hope
Because you
she's.
said remember you said you felt like you were being pulled.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm
So
hoping.
I thought you were talking about a reptilian.
I'm hoping if she is passed, then I'm hoping it's her, and we're actually
yeah.
looking at the right thing.
So here's the thing, though. I also play guitar. I'm a musician. I've been playing for many years. So it took me almost 4 years ago, I promised her I would write a song for her.
Mm-hmm.
So last year before Christmas, and it was an acoustic song I wrote. It wasn't even electric. It was an acoustic song. But I was in my truck, man, and I got a pit bull in my truck. You know, my dog.
Right.
So he'll lay on the bed while I'm playing the guitar. You know, but anyway, I'm writing this song, and I don't tell no this, man, because you tell people this, and I can trust, but other people look at you like you got 3 heads, and really,
Yeah.
and I felt on my hand that that not the strumming hand, my hand that actually plays the chords or whatever, my left hand, I felt something touch and rub like the top of my hand,
Right.
and I immediately thought, because my dog will do that when I'm playing, because I'm not paying attention to him. If I'm playing for a couple of hours, he'll do that to get my attention because he wants me to, I looked back and wasn't there.
Right.
And it was pretty dark in my truck. So I turned the light on, and he was actually laying on the floor up in the front of my truck, not on my bed, where, I drive, because he likes laying, by my feet, where my feet are up there. And he was laying there. And I knew it was her. Yeah. After that, but at first I thought it was like his tail, maybe just kind of swept it and got me, or his nose, he nudged me, whatever from his face, but it wasn't him. It's weird, man. She doesn't come through to me a lot anymore at all, but except for the numbers, because I know somehow she's trying to tell me something about those numbers. And I'm not sure. I know they're angel numbers.
I actually have now that you're on the Discord, I have somebody that does numbers, and
yeah,
I
111 a lot, 333 a lot, 222 a lot.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll have you talk to her directly. Let me figure out
Yeah.
how to set it up, and she is an amazingly gifted person with numbers, and we'll figure it out, and she'll blow your mind. So
Yeah.
hopefully she'll actually figure something out.
So let me ask you a question. Is there a way I am able to get in touch with you besides Discord or through email or through a text message or
yeah.
phone or something?
Yeah, there's an email on my YouTube. You can text me. I'll send you my phone number. I mean, whatever you need.
Yeah. Do you have Kerry? Do you have Kerry's phone number?
No. I'll tell you what. After we're done, I'll text everybody my phone number, and then we'll go. You can send me text messages. I work.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I work 8 hours a day. Well, I try to work.
I would actually like to talk to you. I would actually like to talk to you, about certain things, because I don't normally. And Kerry said to me, thank you so much for being there, and and being open to this. I'm like, listen, I've had so many different psychics try to contact me, and I know the ones that are full of shit, and the ones that you just know, man. I know, I just know. And she's like, well, what do you think of Jeff? I said, he's the real deal. I said, I believe he's the real deal. I said, because if he wasn't, I wouldn't be here right now listening to him this long.
It's funny. I'm just a simple contractor. I
know you are.
I break things for a living.
Right, I know you are. But you know what, bro? You know what? Here's the thing. Some of the things
we've gotten more information out of you than we have in 5 years.
Some of the things that you said, and I've done, I don't even know how many podcasts. I've been on every news station you can possibly think of. I was on the Dr. Phil show, and I hate that dude. Really, I hate him with passion. Because it's all scripted, and I wasn't allowed to say what I want.
Right.
And that really upset me. But I did it for my daughter to get national attention. But I hate him. And I was on the John Walsh show, which was with his son.
I'm missing.
Yeah. And my daughter was on People Magazine, the front cover, all sorts of things, man. And I just had the news again call me on her 5th anniversary, which just passed.
Right.
Which was in July, right? Right. And now her birthday's coming up, which is the 14th of this month.
Right.
Right. So, when the news called me again, and every time it was a different girl because they go through newscasters down there like it's water. They get their start and then they go off to bigger and better things. So this girl calls me and she starts asking me questions, and I'm just bad mouthing these cops. Because the questions you were asking me pertained to that, and I didn't have nothing good to say. And I wasn't going to lie about it,
Right.
My daughter, Cassie, who's 13 months younger than my daughter, Lauren, Lauren was my firstborn. Cassie was my second.
Right.
So Cassie and her stepsister, Lindsay, the one we talked about before, they did a newscast with this girl the day before. So I pulled over into a rest area, got on a Zoom meeting, and for about half an hour, and blah blah blah. So that night I went to see what they edited out, which would have had to be almost 99% of what I said, because they're not going to let us talk bad about the cops, right?
Right.
So nothing. I wasn't even on there, man. At that point, they didn't even put my interview on whatsoever. So I texted her the next day because I just wanted to see what she was going to say. She's like, "Oh, your daughter was on there. Your daughters were on, but we just didn't get a chance to finish editing." I said, "Listen, I got news. Don't even waste your time editing anything because your producers aren't going to let you put none of that on there,
Right?
Because you need to get all the scoops when something big happens." I said, "But and I don't blame you, or I'm not mad at you, but I'm not doing any more of these news things with anybody." I said, because the questions you're going to ask me, I'm going to answer you honest, and that's never going. You're never going to have nothing to put on anyway. So just now on interview my daughters.
Right.
I said, but I'll tell you this much: if ever there comes a time where there happened to be a situation where there was a confrontation about between me and whoever did this, I bet you that would be on your news station. I said, and I bet you would make every front page down there too. I said, but you'll get the scoop on that because I'm going to call you first if that ever comes up.
Right.
I said, I'll call you before the cops get a chance to call. What do you think of that? And she never responded to none of that. Yeah. I got the whole text message chain, man. I don't throw stuff like that away because it's priceless, because I know how it works.
And
I was on every single news station down in Florida you could possibly imagine.
And
most of the day.
I have no idea how any of this works. As far as the newscasts or the cops, all I know is my experiences with the cops have been terrible, and the news organizations are absolutely worthless. That's all I know. I've never.
You know why they're worthless? Because it has to fit their agenda.
Yes, yeah, I know.
And most of it is all the other crap is fake news that they met.
So Paul, I don't think that Jeff classifies himself as a psychic. Do you?
No, he's not psychic.
He does viewing, and he is.
You do viewing.
Yeah,
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Are you able to leave your body?
No.
Ever?
No.
You can't. Okay. Do you meditate?
No.
Do you meditate? No.
In fact, a lot of the remote viewers that I work with have told me time and time again, you need to do this, you need to do that.
Elevate or whatever it's called.
Yeah, and it's like, I can't. I don't have time to sit there for 30 minutes. I got to do it now.
Yeah.
And so I learned to do it now.
I knew remote viewers.
Should we make a list of what we should in the next, lives or viewings, what we need to focus on and look at? Even though more information, I'm sure, Paul, that we're going to tell Jeff about, but so where we left off, if you want to pen that, Jeff, that we left off of when Lauren was leaving her apartment.
I knew she was leaving her apartment. I knew
because
somebody saw her walking around.
And so that's where I believe we left off, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
She was leaving the apartment, but you said that somebody saw her going behind the mother's apartment?
Well, the block before, like when you go across her main road, the road that was right in front of her, it went straight and then it curved around, it made a right-hand curve. The mother's apartment's on the right, Four Freedoms Park on the left. But before you get to that curve, there's a side street that you can make a right on. And there's a an actual like you know, I don't know, 3-story or whatever apartment building there that had a pool that my daughter used to go there all the time. She knew people there and whatever, and would hang out in that pool. And there was there was a one vacancy down on the bottom floor that a neighbor pulled me aside. And, well, I was a neighbor. She was a biker's old lady from one of the clubs down in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and she saw me walking, and she's like, "Hey, you're Lauren's dad, right?" And I was like, "Yep." She said, "If you have a minute, can I talk to you?" And she was all I knew what she was. So she's like, "We knew you were coming down here." I said, "I know." She goes, "This is what goes on in that apartment. Your daughter used to go down there, and here's these keys. I found these keys on my property because she lived on the corner right there.
Right.
When you turn," and she goes, "And the day your daughter went missing, and I called the cops, and they never came and got him. So I'm going to give them to you." She goes, "And that apartment building your daughter hung out with, that bottom one right there," and she gave me the number of the apartment, "is vacant, but they cook meth. They're manufacturing meth in there."
Right.
And I said to her, "I got to ask you a question." I said, your old man, because he wouldn't talk to me, because two opposite kind of biker things,
Right.
that
Right.
whatever. Okay, so she says, but if a lot of people, there's been 3 other girls before your daughter that went missing that wasn't even in the news, and every one of them was seen coming, either going into that apartment there where they were doing that or coming out. I said, let me ask you a question. First of all, in about 5 minutes, a cop is going to come around that corner because they follow me everywhere.
Right.
And I said, second of all, let me guess. The cops go in there all the time, but nobody ever gets arrested. She goes, that's right, because they're all being paid off. And they're probably also bringing stuff out to the dealers because who's going to pull them over to bust them, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. And sure enough, 2 seconds after that, here comes the cop around the corner. So I waved to him, And after I was done talking to her, I started going down to the apartment because I was going to kick that door and I wanted to see what was inside that door. Yeah, man. Yeah. So I got to the parking lot. About 4 cops pulled up on me. What are you doing? So, come here to talk to people. They said, and I was like 5 feet away from that door, They go, don't go in there. I'll be trespassing. We'll have to arrest you. I said, are you kidding me, Ben? You're going to arrest me, but not the people that are manufacturing the meth that's in that room? I said, you guys are funny as shit, that? And I said, whatever. I walked. The next day, I went back, and it was all boarded up with plywood. Yeah, 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 yeah. This whole thing is,
So I really want to get back to like why about what do you want to look at, Jeff? Like, do you already know about when she leaves her apartment?
No, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean slate it. I got so much on the table. I think what we're gonna do is when we do this again, I'm gonna focus.
No, you take it all in, yeah.
Yeah, What I'll do is I'll go through and I'll look at certain aspects. One, leaving the apartment and being seen behind, on this side road, and the keys. I mean, I don't understand what the keys are even part of, but I think we'll clean slate it, and I'll take aspects of it and try
can I, can I,
to.
can I,
Okay, well I'll let you guys go, okay?
All right.
Carrie, I'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay. Bye
All right.
guys. Bye
Thank
Paul.
you,
Bye Jeff.
Carrie.
Thank you. Bye
Thank you.
guys.
Keys. Listen, the keys, bro.
Yeah, we'll look. I'll look at the keys and I'll look at the different aspects. I'll
Can
what I'll
I,
do
can
is
I, you want to know what one of the keys on there was, and I know what it was?
what was it?
Boat key.
A boat key,
Yeah.
a marina key, or not was it the
No,
engine key
key
or
to
a gate key? A gate
a
key to.
key to the key to start a boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, and I don't know why, but it feels like there's not a cigar boat, but it's a big boat with you can walk into.
Cabin.
So somebody with those keys has a big boat, and it's near
Mm-hmm.
one of the marinas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm. Hey, are you around at 9 o'clock tomorrow or Sunday?
Yeah, man. Matter of fact, I'm only driving an hour up the road to get loaded. I'm going to leave here like about 7 o'clock. I'll be
Okay.
there by 8. They'll be loading me. Yes, I'll be. Yeah. And plus, if I'm driving, I got a headset so I can talk to you while I'm.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. So what I'll
Yeah.
do is tomorrow I'll set up another video, and then we'll just go, and I'll do the same thing. I'll just sit
Yeah.
and try to focus on small aspects, and we'll just take bites out of the small details of whatever comes into my brain.
Yeah. The question: is there a way to mute me so that nobody else can hear what I say, so I can give you my phone number?
If you look on when you hang up, there's a little icon that shows hanging up the phone. When you hang up, you're going to see messages where me and Carrie have already left
Oh, I
our
can
phone
put it right in
numbers.
there.
Yeah,
Okay, cool, man.
yeah.
All right, great, great.
And then what
Yeah,
I'll
I'll leave my phone number in there for you.
yeah, and then I'll send you a text when we're getting ready to start up, and then
Sounds good, bro.
we'll do it again tomorrow.
Hey, Jeff, thank you very, very much for everything,
Oh, no
man.
problem, man.
Hey, listen, man. I know you're the real deal, bro. You got upset, and you got emotional last night. You know,
It's yeah,
that's what I knew. Yeah, I knew. That's when I knew this guy's thing. But at the time, I'm really, bro. I'm so sorry about it too.
it's
Did
just
you catch the person that did this to her?
what's that?
It was your daughter, if you don't mind me asking. Was she murdered?
No, alcohol took her. She basically went to sleep and never woke up. But
Oh,
my problem is I couldn't handle it, and I was
right.
so incredibly angry.
You can handle that, bro.
I know
You
it
know what?
was
People don't understand about me is that I've never gotten any closure,
yeah,
and
exactly.
that I would not wish on my worst enemy
Yeah,
because and people don't understand that. I'm like, listen, you don't seem to understand. If my daughter was killed, let's say in a car accident, at least there was, I know what happened.
right,
Then you have you give her a proper burial.
right,
You have a place to visit and a place to go to, put whatever, and I don't have any of those things,
right,
and to me, that to me, not knowing is worse than knowing
right, right.
for that reason.
And that's exactly right. And that's why we need to find out why the
Yeah,
secrecy, why is there information being withheld? So
right. Hey,
it's
listen, man, I wouldn't, as a parent to another parent, bro, I'll keep you in my prayers, man. And I'm going to be honest with you. Like my daughter, I'm very spiritual. I'm not like, I was raised from my parents, like, being from New York, Italian, Catholic, naturally, but I hate the Catholic religion, man. I just can't deal with it, you know. I'm sorry. I'm not putting down anybody's religion or what they believe in. I'm just talking about me now.
yeah,
Everybody, I believe in a creator. I believe I'm very spiritual. I believe in, what we put out is what we get back. We can manifest our own destiny.
without a doubt. And yeah,
Yes. Yeah, and I do it all the time, man.
well,
I do it all the
yeah,
time.
the same as a remote viewer. I mean, I've seen the
Yeah.
whole Catholic aspect of
Oh
religion.
yeah, yeah. That whole thing is just ridiculous. I mean, so much has been changed. So much has been, taken out. The books and books. I mean, the Book of Enoch, the Book of Mary, the Book of Thomas, all gone, man. It's just not even there. You know, I can go on and on. Plus, you know, the Vatican is the biggest freaking joke in the world. They're the dirtiest, freaking most corrupt, satanic, Luciferian pieces of dog crap as far as I'm concerned in the world. And the Pope, whatever happened to him, I hope somebody stuck a needle in his eyes because he's a piece of shit. That's just the way I see things, man. Because that's what he is. He was horrible.
Yeah,
People don't realize it. I know it, though. I know it for firsthand because of my grandfather. There was a book written about my grandfather. One day you want, you can read it, man. It was called The Vatican Connection.
the
So
Vatican.
that, The Vatican Connection, a book
Yeah,
about my grandfather. Yeah.
yeah. It's like I said, we've done a couple deep dives into the Vatican and
Oh,
what they have as far as what's underneath the different
underneath?
Yeah, yeah. You'd be surprised. We'll talk about that offline because it
Yeah, we
was.
will, because people be knocking on my truck door, man, in the
Yeah,
middle of the night, bro.
you're gonna get the Men in Black going. Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that's how you know what, bro. The way I see it, like that, I thought like this. I can remember when. If I'm going, man, I'm taking somebody with me, bro. That's the way I see shit. I'm not
Yeah.
just gonna be screaming like a little girl. If I'm going, someone's coming with me, man. You
Yeah.
know, we'll be flying to wherever it is where our souls are supposed to go, and that's
Right.
just the way it is.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm spiritual, man. It's like you talk about manifestation, frequencies, everything. That's what if you, then I try to explain this to certain people, but they're still asleep, man. They haven't never woken up.
Yeah.
And
Exactly. Well.
yeah, they haven't woken up, man. And I try to tell them, listen, you keep on thinking negative like this all the time. If it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Every time I take 10 steps forward, I take 9 steps back.
Right.
What you're putting out is what you keep getting back, bro.
Right.
Don't you understand that?
Yeah.
It's your consciousness. That's what you are. You are the soul. You don't have a soul. You are the soul, and your
Right.
body is just a vessel.
Yeah.
People don't seem to get that, and we have more power than anybody, and can do more things that people don't even realize.
Yes. Exactly. And the power that
Right.
we do have, people just don't understand just how much and
They
how
don't
strong it
understand
is.
it, man.
Yeah.
They don't believe it.
No, they don't
People
believe
still
it.
think that we went to the moon, bro.
Don't even get me started on that one. I
People
was
think we went to the moon.
I was
We didn't go
there.
to the moon.
Yeah, I was there when they were broadcasting. I mean, I watched it on my little black and white TV, and I can't even remember how old I was.
How old, man?
Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 60.
I'm 64.
Yeah, so
I'll be 64.
me and you
Yeah.
were probably there watching that TV too. Going,
Watching it.
yeah,
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
I remember the day JFK supposedly got shot.
yeah. Oh, we even we remote viewed that too. That was
Yeah.
that was crazy. In fact, that was one of the remote views where I actually not only hit the target, drew out the library, and drew the person up on the upper thing.
Right.
I drew the little hill, and I drew the I think it was like a CIA person over here, but there's three or four groups that were out there. So
yeah, absolutely. I can tell you all three, but I'm not going to. But let me ask you a question. Did you know he was a triplet?
a triplet? No,
Yeah, bro.
I did not know that. So were
Yeah,
they
bro.
identical?
Yeah, bro.
Oh man, can you imagine how much?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that makes total sense now.
Now, you see where I'm going with that, right?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
that's
Well,
amazing.
that's a conversation for off the air too, bro.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well I'm
When
gonna.
I tell you about my family's background, then you'll understand why I know so many different things.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're gonna love this. I'll have to introduce you to High Strangeness Discord too, because
I would love it, man.
yeah, the High Strangeness Discord talks about some of the most wild conspiracy theories, and they have a proof to back up what they're talking about, which
Yep.
makes it even
You
better.
want Hey Jeff, you want to know something though? Anybody that says you're a conspiracy theorist, you know what they're basically telling you? Telling the truth.
Well, exactly. How many of the
Yeah.
conspiracy theories have actually proven to be actual?
That's just to discredit you and make you act like you seem like you're crazy, so people don't believe you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all that's. I was just the government made that word up, and
Right.
then it just took off after that. Like one question, then I'll let you go.
Okay.
What do you believe? Do you think the Earth is flat or round, bro?
Oh no, it's round. I mean, I've flown on airplanes. You can see the horizon. You can see the curvature of the Earth. I'm very interested in mathematics. You can figure out you can calculate how far away from a mountain you have to be before the mountain goes out of sight. I mean, it's round. It it's so easy to prove using basic math. I live
You're
near.
gonna have a discussion about this, bro.
What's that?
I think me and you may have a very long discussion about this one day.
Well, the fact that I live near a volcano and the volcano is this far above the horizon right now, when I'm
Yeah,
looking at it.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Water doesn't curve, bro. It seeks its own level.
Right.
That's number one.
Hmm.
Number two, if the Earth is spinning around at 1,000 miles an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's got to chase the sun for about 3 months to orbit the sun at 666.6 thousand miles an hour. There's your three sixes again, right?
Right.
And the curvature of the Earth is 8 squared per mile, which turns out to be 666 again. Okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you go. So now the Earth is spinning around. And so if you had to fly to Australia, which is on the bottom of, does a plane fly upside down, bro?
Yes.
Your plane is going upside down.
Your plane is going upside down in relevance to location on the Earth. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
And the
So.
water down below, on the bottom of this ball that we supposedly live on,
Mm-hmm.
gravity holds that there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So have you ever taken a
Gravity. Let me
have
ask you a question. Do you think gravity can be specific to certain things and other things?
Mhm.
So gravity can hold this huge amount of water to a round ball.
Mhm.
But you take a basketball, you hold it in your hand, and you pour a glass of water on top. Why don't the water stick to it from gravity?
Because gravity is a very, very weak force.
And
Gravity,
no, it can't. No, it's
gravity,
not. No,
gravity is infinitesimal. Why is the moon's gravity so weak? Because
If gra-
the mass on the moon is so much less than the mass on the Earth. That's why there's less gravity on the moon. The other thing is, have you ever taken a bucket of water and you spin the bucket around really fast? Why doesn't the water
yeah,
spill out of the bucket? Gravity's pulling the bucket down, but you're spinning really fast. Why doesn't the water
see,
fall down?
but gravity has never really been. It's only been a theory, and it was Newton's theory to begin with, and no one's ever really proven gravity.
Gravity,
Not even scientists.
well, gravity's a
But,
force.
what you can prove is density, buoyancy, electromagnetic fields.
Hmm. How many electric? But and then now you're going down the science pathway of how many electric fields are there?
Okay,
Why are some electric fields
let's go down. Let's go
becoming?
down a mathematical path. Let's talk about physics.
Okay.
So, physics say when there's a change in velocity,
Hmm.
right, you will feel that change. So, velocity is speed, right? Right.
Right.
So, if we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour,
Right.
and then we're doing 666,000 miles an hour orbiting the sun, there's a change in velocity there. Then, once we get around the sun, and get going through space, supposedly coming back down into Earth's atmosphere, we're doing over 1,000,000 miles an hour, and then we got to slow back down to 1,000 miles an hour. But we never, ever feel that change in velocity.
So the ball, like a gyroscope, is spinning. If you take a gyroscope and you spin that sucker as fast as possible, and you put the gyroscope down, it spins on its axis, just like the Earth.
Okay.
If you took and made that a really heavy gyroscope,
Mm-hmm.
the gravity would pull everything into a kind, not a circle, but kind of like an oblong looking funky thing, because more mass would go out toward the center, just like the Earth. Right now, the center of the Earth is wider than, it's not a perfect sphere. It's kind of funky looking.
Okay.
Okay, to top it off,
Uh,
every time the moon passes, the water follows it. You have a standing wave that rotates around the Earth. Now, I don't know if you know this, but when the moon passes,
I
the
know.
wave goes around the Earth. This causes tidal action. I mean, it's just one of the basic.
The tide, what causes your tide.
Right. So when I looked at it, when I looked at a binary star, one of my remote views, I looked at a binary star. I didn't know it was a binary star. All I knew was that this star had this huge wave of energy that literally rotated around this star. So in my remote view, I'm like, why is this sun, this is an actual burning sun, have this huge flame? And it turned out it wasn't one sun, it was two suns. There's a smaller sun that locked it into. So this poor star is being pulled by the other sun and deforming it and a standing wave literally rolls around the planet. Uh, I view planets and stars and aliens and spaceships and gravitational pull, and I do all that stuff, and I have
And
so
so,
many questions.
here's the thing. My father was in the Navy,
Hmm.
World War II and all that. And Admiral Byrd actually went to the Antarctic, if you remember.
Right.
My father was there during that. And he did go over on the other side of the ice. He came back and he was going to write a book.
Right.
But actually, before the book was out, they killed him. Then his son got the book. And his son was going to write the book and finish it. And he disappeared.
Yeah, because
So,
the government doesn't want you to. Definitely
no, it's
doesn't
on the
want
other
you
side.
to. Yeah.
There's more land on the other side of that ice wall.
Well, but
That's the thing.
there's also more interaction with people that they don't
But
want
right,
exposed too. So
right,
yeah.
right. So now, talking to my dad, right? He says, listen, I've been on the water, he goes, and his brother was a pilot. And after he was a pilot, he did air traffic control for a while. And he said to me straight up, he goes, radar, we can track a plane for 100 miles an hour from wherever it is till the time it lands on the ground. And if the earth was curved, radar would not work. And as far as a gyroscope goes, he said, the gyroscope and the what is it? Is it the Blackhawk? This F-75 Blackhawk? That plane does 2,000 miles an hour.
Right.
So let's say it's going to go 2,000 miles in one. He goes, do you realize that if the earth was curved, that plane would be descending 863 feet per second at over 9,000 miles in 1 mile. In every mile, or by the time it got there, it would have to descend over 9,000 feet.
Right.
How would a fighter jet be able to shoot things and stuff like that? Right? Because you're always nosing down.
Right.
But he said, and now with the radar off of that, when they do their radar and they drop it down and they get their horizon, that horizon never changes. Because that's why they call it a plane, because you're flying over a plane. It wouldn't work, man. He says that people don't seem to understand how that works. It doesn't work. He goes, look at any flight plans and even emergency landings. It doesn't add up on a globe. Now you put it onto a flat Earth, and it's right. And you can even Google a flight that's going from here to wherever, and you'll see, man.
But that's
on a globe. On a globe, it doesn't work. On a flat Earth, it does.
But that's the thing that's where we disagree, because basic flight mechanics and basic physics with me, I've done the math and done the research, and I see how it does work. I even understand the basic theory behind radar and the SR-71. And you're right. Every mile it goes straight, it actually has to fall. It has to fall X number of feet per minute in order to stay within X number of feet. Yeah, in order to stay X number of feet off the ground, it has to fall that far. And it's going so fast, it could literally almost make it out of.
But now you look at the Suez Canal, right? You look at the Suez Canal. Suez Canal is over 100. That son of a bitch is flat as hell, bro. Why do they call it a horizon and not a curved horizon? Because it's, I don't know. To me, flat Earth makes more sense than around Earth, because to me, it doesn't make sense. Right. To me, I believe the sun goes around us, and we don't move.
Yeah, and there's actually a lot of people that believe the same thing, but I'm old school.
So am I, bro. But my father was the one that told us from being in the Navy, and his brother. He's like, Paul, I've been in. We don't nose dive down when we're flying. and we're fighting and fighting other pilots, and we never nose down. No, we don't do that.
Right.
We hit a course and we stay on course. He goes, this is what he told me. He goes, if you're flying and cruising in, let's say, a passenger plane, you're leveling out and at about 30 between 32 and 35,000 feet.
Right.
He said, right. He goes, but you get to the Antarctic, you can only fly at 13,000 feet.
Why is that?
He said, there's a firmament over us. There's a it's like we're in a snow globe. He goes, did you ever look? And he goes, think about rainbows. He says, a rainbow is always arched because it's taking the shape of the dome, which is over us. And he goes, and if you ever look at a double rainbow, there's no such thing, he says. All that is the reflection off the firmament. He goes, and you know how I know that? Because the colors are inverted.
Right. So the funny thing about the Antarctic and the Arctic is the fact that the magnetic sphere around the Earth all start diving into that area. So the pilots that fly over that particular area are going to get bombarded with a lot of energy. So
A lot of energy.
yeah,
Right.
I mean,
You have
because
a black hole there.
you've got cosmic rays just shooting in on magnetic waves just streaming into that. I can't even imagine what it would look like. That would be so interesting.
Okay, so why if you hover in a helicopter, can't you just hover and let the Earth spin below you and then land somewhere else, man?
Because the volume of the air, the air is following the Earth. The air is the same speed as there's no. So if you jump up in a truck, the truck's moving, not under power. The truck is rolling, and you jump up. What happens?
Yeah, you're gonna feel it. Yeah.
You're going to go up, and you're going to come
You're
down.
gonna go back. Right. Truck's gonna, yeah.
Yeah. So the same thing
Truck
with
will,
right. The same thing with the Earth. When you have motion and the Earth has motion, and no additional energy is being added to it, you will stay the same speed and fall back down. So it's yeah. So
I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I'm not convinced of that yet. Because it doesn't to me,
what was that?
gravity can't be specific to certain things, like a huge body of,
So
you know,
here's the deal.
it doesn't.
A long time ago, some scientist took a feather and a bowling ball, and he dropped the feather and he dropped the bowling ball. He said the feather dropped slowly in the air and fast
Look,
on the
excuse me.
ground.
I just looked up. You know what my time says here? 111.
Oh.
I shit you not. It's 111. I wasn't even. Me when you've been talking, I'm looking at you. You can't see me. I know that, but I can. It's 111, bro. This
it's
is what I'm.
it's 11:11 here. That
Yeah,
totally eerie. Yeah.
yeah, bro. I told you this all the time.
You know
3 times, 4 times a day to me.
the funny thing is it's 7/11, 11/11,
Yep.
2025. That is just totally weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
How?
I got to have that lady talk to you about numbers, man. She will.
Yep.
That'll be smart.
Yeah, we got to talk about this flat Earth and round Earth thing, man.
Yeah.
Because I was around. I was a glober, for a long, long time, man. And then and even as a kid, I remember my dad telling me, look at the bottom of the globe that I just got. We have in the house that we bought you for school, for your studies. And those same ones that are in school. He turned it over, and it said on the bottom, educational purposes only.
Right.
Right. Right. I don't know, man. Bro, I don't know. Because what if it is? What if it's flat? I mean, I'm just saying, that to me, because water has to be contained.
No.
'Cause
Water finds the lowest
water,
point.
right?
It finds the lowest point, just like you said. The
Yeah,
water finds the
like
lowest point.
let's say in a tub, right?
Yep.
Like a lake, water is contained all the way around.
Right.
There's always a containment somewhere.
The containment.
Like in a tub, you take one side down, the water's going to spill out, right?
Right, but there's nowhere to spill. Everything's down. It's literally contained because everything is down. There is no off or to the side. If we were flat, there would be an off to the side, and
That's
it would be
why there's
contained.
an ice wall. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Would explain an ice wall going on the planet, right?
no, no. It just the math all shows the containment itself is the fact that there's a pull in. Now
You know,
there's a
what if I sent you? What if I sent you? Now you gotta realize I did all oversized loads for most of my career, and I've been out here since '79. I've been out, and I used to deliver satellites. Okay,
Mhm.
to different from Florida to different bases,
Right.
including NASA. Including NASA. I got pictures of NASA, right? And every satellite, people think that they go off on rockets and they're circling around in space, right? I've never seen any satellite being blown off by a rocket. They've all been attached to fucking balloons, bro.
Well, I've seen those
Every
too.
every one of them, every one
Well,
of them.
now see, I've seen the Musk release of the satellites where he goes up, launches, I don't know, 13 to 20 satellites all in a row, and they'll orbit the planet in a particular fashion, and then they'll slowly spread apart. So you literally see a line of satellites flow through the sky.
But
And then I see
why
satellites all
doesn't
the time.
well, I do too. Why doesn't this whole belt of freaking garbage, which that's spinning around up in space, ever hit a satellite, bro?
It
And what
does.
happens if a satellite broke
It,
up there? Somebody's going to repair it?
well, no, no, you don't understand.
No.
The Russians and the Chinese have practiced blowing up satellites, and now they've made this massive mess in orbit, and it is slowly
There's,
decimating the satellites because every
there's
piece is
there's a whole freaking circular of rocks and meteors and broken up crap floating,
yeah, yeah.
spinning around there. You
Every
know
every single chunk that's floating around there is going to take out a satellite. I mean, it's just
exactly. That's
it's
what I'm saying.
yeah.
I've never seen a satellite go. I've been there. I have. Listen, I
Yeah,
can send you paperwork. I can send you paperwork right now from NASA with a helicopter that they were making and a plane. And do you want me to tell you what it says on there?
yeah, go ahead.
It's scaled for and it's built for a flat, non-rotating Earth. Right on the paperwork
From NASA.
from NASA.
Yeah, that would be
I told
interesting.
you.
No, that'd be
I
interesting
told
to
you.
see.
I told you. I told
Well,
you.
you got to
I
remember
delivered.
in NASA, you've got multiple departments that don't talk to each other. So I'm sure you have a
Exactly.
department that's not talking
Why
to the
nobody
rest of the
has any
departments.
real pictures of Earth from space? What? They're all marbles, basically. They're telling you they're CGIs, man. They're all made up. They're all fake.
Right.
We have no actual photographs from space of the Earth. None. Zero. And now we somehow lost the technology to go to the fucking moon. But we made it to fucking Mars? Really? You think? How did that happen? How did we lose that tech? And do you think we really have enough fuel to go to the moon on that little ship? Do
Well,
you think there's enough fuel? Where do you stop to get gas, bro?
I've got a story about the moon that you're gonna love too. So
It's hollow, right? And they live. I know. I got all those stories. So I believe in UFO. I'm
it's
the one
like
that
it's
told.
like
I'm the one that told Kerry to tell you about the reptilians.
well,
Right?
I'm telling you the Men in Black, they're gonna have a black van. They're gonna be knocking on your door. They're
No, I don't care. I'll sit down and have a whole conversation with them too.
gonna,
You know,
you
let's have a
know,
conversation.
yeah.
We'll talk. I'm not here to hurt nobody. I just, I think I'm entitled to my opinion on,
With the
just like you are.
right,
That's what I love about this because, you know, we, if I send that to you, and I will, I'll give you my phone number and I will text it to you. And on both the helicopter and the plane, it says right there, as far as flat, non-rotating, and that's how they're made, bro.
yeah.
I'm telling you, I would not lie to you.
No,
I
and
would
I
send them to you.
it's and I have no doubt. Like I said, there's many departments in NASA, and even Bigelow has some departments that have to stay separated, and
Right. I
they
agree.
do it differently
In Walker
for
Ranch, right?
different conditions.
Bigelow. In Walker Ranch is Bigelow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
I would love to go there, bro. I would love to go there.
Well, I
I
mean,
love that.
I think Bigelow sold it to somebody else, so I would love to go to
He did.
Bigelow's. Yeah,
He did. And that blonde-headed dude, the scientist, was there.
yeah,
Remember, they had that whole series with him.
yeah.
I
That's right.
watched
Yeah,
it. I love that.
yeah.
Yeah, man. I love all that. So NASA, right? Do you believe that most of this world and most of our government, Freemasonry, it's all Luciferian and satanic, correct? Yes,
I, I,
for the most part.
I,
For the most part,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes, without a doubt, without a doubt. Okay, because they believe that Lucifer, when he was one of the, was put here, you know, he's the prince of earth, right? Right. So anyway, to make NASA, why when they were launching the Apollos, remember they used to go T minus 20, T minus 19. Do you know what I believe T minus is?
I have no idea. What would T minus be?
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? They would say T
Yeah,
minus
yeah,
10.
yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Right.
They do the countdown.
Right. Did anybody ever question what is T minus? Well,
Uh,
if you take NASA, right,
hmm.
which to me, I believe me is, if you look up the real meaning of NASA, it's deception. And,
Right,
from Israel, it's a lie. It's fake. You know,
right,
from in the Jewish language. That's the definition of it.
right.
But if you take the T minus, because they're minusing a T, and you put that into NASA and move those letters around a little bit, what does it spell, bro?
I don't know.
Satan.
Oh,
Yeah. And now you look at the symbol for NASA, because symbol, if you know what symbol, you know about symbology, bro. Symbols will tell you. NASA, that red line like this that's going through that symbol,
yeah.
that's a serpent's tongue. That's a snake's tongue, bro. That's the
Right,
serpent's tongue.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. NASA's a fucking phony, not a space agency.
Well, we know they're government controlled, and they do some pretty hinky stuff. So, I
You
mean,
think?
that's
You
a
think?
given. Yeah.
You think? Bro, listen, man. Me and you can talk forever. I can tell already. You better go and go be with your family. Be with my dog. He doesn't give a shit. He's sleeping. You know.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll definitely do this again. So,
Yeah, man. I really enjoy talking, bro. I
all right.
really do. Yeah, it's good, man. Because hey, listen, I love when you explain things because, I believe the same way you did. Then I started, with my dad, and he like basically drilled this into me from the time I was like, I don't know, 12 years old. The Earth is flat, Paul. I'm telling you, I was on the sea. The Earth is flat. There ain't no curvature. Believe what they're teaching you in school. It's all a bunch of bullshit, which a lot of it was.
Right.
But he goes, and then as I got older, you know, it just nobody really ever thought about it or talked. And
Right.
then it just started coming up, like I don't know, 10 years ago again. I'm like, I remember my dad, and I started like digging deep and doing research into this, man.
Yeah. You
And
really started looking at what was going
bro,
on. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
could go down this rabbit hole, you know,
Yeah.
and it's never ending. And what I would like to do is, why is it if the Earth was flat, right? Wouldn't it be sunny at the Antarctic 24 hours a day, every single day,
Yeah. It is.
right?
Half the year it's sunny for 24 hours a day, and then half the year is black 24 hours a day.
Well, that's only in like certain parts of Alaska. What about the Antarctic though? Is it? It's not sunny 24 hours a day, 7 days all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
For three months out of the year, it's 24 hours of sunshine. Yeah.
24 hours. The rest
24
it
hours.
goes night.
It never goes down. In fact, the sun literally stays in the sky. It just dances up and down, up and down. So yeah.
What if the sun is actually inside this dome, and so is the moon,
Inside
and
what?
the moon is plasma, and you can't land on it? What if that's the case? And it's just a projection from a black hole,
No.
black hole sun.
I know the moon is. I know. Again, because of a past recent uh, projects, I know what the moon is, and I know it's real. I know it has.
All right.
Yeah, that one I know because I know it has echoes. It has
It's
moonquakes.
supposedly when they land on it, it echoed for 3 hours. Bang.
What's that?
And it's hollow. It's supposedly there's things living inside. The moon, it was placed there. Because for our Earth, that moon and that sun to be in the exact, that moon was placed there. That was brought there. That's not a big rock, I don't think. If that's the case. I think that was brought there to sustain this planet.
So you're right in a particular aspect of that, but not the way you think. So yes, the moon was placed there, but due to a massive collision. Yeah.
And it
Ba-
just worked out perfect, huh?
yeah. So when the other planet hit the Earth, the orbiting mass that actually blew off the Earth finally cooled down into what you see today, and then it got completely pummeled by orbiting debris. So this planetoid that hit the Earth and then spun off to a big chunk to circle the Earth. Yeah. Long story short, then yeah, the Earth was hit by a small planet, and the remainder is what you see orbiting us now. And
So
again,
you don't think there could be water above us, which makes the sky blue, and water below us, and we live in a dome? Because see, here's the thing about Luciferians and Satanists, and especially about the Freemasons. Because see, the Freemasons decoded a lot of things, especially you know geometry, you know,
right,
especially geometry and the sacred geometry, and like the numbers 369, very important. The number 9 is really, people don't realize how amazing the number 9 is. Because if you times 9, no matter what you times it by, and then whatever your answer is, and you add up that answer, it always comes back to 9.
right,
Right. And then they told us multiplication, right? And sometimes, to me, multiplication, like 1 times 1, if you're multiplying 1 times 1, it can't add up to 1 because that's not multiplication, because you're not multiplying that number. So there's something wrong. You know what I'm saying? There's something wrong. How can you multiply something and it comes out the same? You can't, because it doesn't make sense. That's my thing. I try to look at things in what I can see and what makes, this makes sense to me,
right, right,
or am I believing the lies from people that tell us whatever we tell you is the truth and you need to believe that,
right,
and we don't want you to think for yourselves because we'll think for you,
right.
and I can't allow somebody to think for me, and I have this thing in my head that says I need to think for myself.
Right.
And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm saying I don't know. All I know is I question shit.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to take all your available data and make your best choice that you
Right.
can. Yeah.
Bro, on my off time, I will research things and go. And oh my God, it's never ending, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's also at the same time, I've always liked history. I like knowledge.
Right.
Knowledge is power.
It really is.
Yeah, it is. But anyway, listen, bro. I'm so glad I met you. I think you're awesome, man. And I can't thank you enough for what you're doing.
Oh, no problem.
I really can. I said it before. I'll say it again. Man. My heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry for the loss of you. I'm sorry we're in that same club.
It's one of those clubs you never wanted to join. You can just never.
No.
Yeah. Once you're in it,
Yep.
you absolutely. Yeah. No.
Yep. It's nothing you would even wish on your.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Listen, I'll give you my number. I look forward to talking to you again. See you tomorrow. And if there's anything else, any kind of, I have so much more information. I give you. I'm going to see what you have. If you need something, let me know, and I'll give you what you think you might need. And I
Yeah.
can either verify it or not verify it for you. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what I'll do. I'll lay a bunch of stuff out, and then we can pick it apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
easiest way.
you were talking last night about these other guys. Get them to see if they can do anything. Well, are they willing to do that?
I don't know. I haven't talked to them today.
Oh,
They're
okay.
yeah, they're very skilled viewers, and
Okay, cool.
so
I would
what?
like to see what they have to say.
Yeah, and I'll see who I can get
Yeah.
on with us to join in. So
All right, Jeff.
all right, well
Hey,
just
this right here, this little chat box right here is where I can put my number in.
yeah, you put your number in that chat box. We're
Put it in there right now.
yep, can do. All right, man.
All
All right,
right, bro. Jeff, thank you again, man.
all right. You take it easy.
All right, you too, man. Have a great day tomorrow.
All right, see ya.
Bye bye.
Okay, so that was a look at. I can't ever remember what was this one. This was the Lauren 5-year event. So to wrap up, new eye-opening details that I had no idea about. Um, wow, what a ride! What a ride! I got so much to process. It's just like um, the basic detail that I want out of this case is I would like to know where she is. If you guys have watched this video all the way to the end here, my goal is to find out what happened. I mean, was she kidnapped? Was she kidnapped and killed, or was she just killed and then dumped? My goal is to find everybody that's part of this. And it seems like every time I turn around, there's more people involved and more information that just is absolutely fantastic. So, who knew? Who knew? All right, folks. It's 11:31 here. Um, I, we'll do it again. Tomorrow's a new day. People out there, have a good night.